and why urea is formed in our body? Very simple question. Why a human or any animal need to go for urination? Why? That is my question. Tell me. Yes, guys. No idea? Oh, come on. Tell me. Why we need to go to urine, or why this urine should go out of our body? Very simple question. Samara, any idea?
To remove waste materials.
Yeah, that's true. If we do not remove, Atif, any idea? No.
Sir, our kidneys will get damaged.
Definitely, they'll get damaged. They'll get damaged. Look. So listen to me carefully. This is the thing which you need to keep in your mind. This is a concept building thing. That's why I'm telling you. So you must know that why we need to go for urination, and why this urine excretion process is there in our body. Why the nature may have made that excretory process, right? Why it is required. Look, the major nutrient which we eat, the first is carbohydrate. Carbohydrate. So carbohydrate is mainly broken down irrespective of what carbohydrate we eat. Starch, we eat starch, galactose, fructose, maltose, sucrose, all kind of sugars, all kind of carbohydrate. They breaks down into glucose. So the glucose which is utilized by our body, that is usual, that is get in use, and the part of glucose which is not utilized by our body. What happened with that part? The part of glucose which is not utilized by our body, what happened with that part? Actually, that part is stored in our body in the form of glycogen, right? So extra glucose. What happened with extra glucose? Look. So what happened with the extra glucose? This extra glucose is stored in the form of extra glucose is converted into glycogen, and it is stored in liver storing, right? Yes. So means there is a mechanism of storing of extra glucose. Very good. What about the fat? Fat breaks down into fatty acids. We have studied in depth in our digestive system. Then extra fat, yes, extra fat is stored in adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, yes, adipose tissue in our tummy, in our chest, in our like thighs and all that, right? All parts where the fat can be stored. So we do have mechanism to store the fat. Yes, we do have the mechanism to store the carbohydrate. Yes, but can we store the protein? So whenever we eat protein, we never measure what is the our body requirement. We eat respective of requirement. So protein breaks down into amino acid. And let me tell you, the general formula of amino acids are CONH. That is the general formula of amino acid. So this amino acid is utilized, and extra amino acid. So do we have any mechanism to store protein? Extra amino acid or protein can't be stored. So guys, we do not have, again, if you ask me, sir, why we need to go for urination, or why the urine formation takes place in our body, then I'll answer you that we do not have any mechanism for storage of protein or amino acid. That's why the urine formation takes place. How does it take place? Actually, this is alkyl group. This is separated this group. Then what happens with the extra amino acid? So with the extra amino acid, this alkyl group, it changes into sugar. Now what happened with this group? This group, it formed NH2, CO, NH2. That is formation of urea. So this part, this process, this process, NH2, CO, NH2. This is urea, and urea is formed in liver. Then it is filtered by kidney, and then it is removed by urination. So by the urination process, it is removed from the body. That is the process of urination, right? And that's how the urine formation, that's why the urine formation takes place, and that's how the urine formation takes place. Is it clear or not? Tell me, guys. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please note it down. What is the excretion? Put the heading excretion. Excretion is elimination of metabolic waste product. Excretion is elimination of metabolic waste product from the animal body to regulate the composition of body fluid and tissue. Full stop. Next point, very important point. Note, put a note. Excretion should not be confused with defecation. Yes, guys, what is defecation? Excretion should not be confused with defecation. Yes, guys, please tell me, what is defecation? Minashi, Samara, what is defecation? Come on, guys, I have already explained you and we have written it down. That is pathetic. You must remember that. What is defecation? Come on, guys. We have studied in digestive system that removal of the waste food from the body, that is called defecation. That was the last topic of this chapter. Keep on revising human physiology, else you will miss all the concept, right? Note it down. It should not be confused with defecation. Full stop. Defecation is removal of waste. Defecation is removal of waste and undigested food from anus. Next heading is mode of excretion. So all the of excretion. Mode of excretion. So what is the mode of excretion? Note it down. Nitrogenous waste substances such as nitrogenous waste substances such as ammonia, urea, or uric acid, ammonia, urea, or uric acid are produced during protein metabolism. Full stop. Ammonia is, that is the very important question, please underline. Ammonia is the most toxic, followed by urea. Ammonia is, out of this metabolic waste or nitrogenous waste, ammonia is most toxic, followed by urea, and then uric acid. Full stop. Amino acids, next point. Amino acids cannot be stored in our body. Full stop. Therefore, amino group, that is NH2, therefore amino group are removed. Full stop. The remaining organic acid, may be used. The remaining organic acid may be used as energy source or convert into carbohydrate and fat. So look, the mode of, then our heading is, that is the mode of excretion. What are the mode of excretion? So first, as I have told you, all animals do not excrete urea. This is the human being which excrete urea, right? So the what they excrete, some of the animal excrete ammonia. So those kind of animal which excrete ammonia, they are called ammonotelic. You call them ammonotelic, or the process is called ammonotelism. The animals are called ammonotelic and the process is called ammonotelism. So please note it down. Many of aquatic animals, like protozoa, many of aquatic animal like protozoa, earthworm, leech, arthropod, molluscans. Let's stop. They excrete ammonia. As a nitrogenous waste. they excrete ammonia as a nitrogenous waste. Full stop. These are called these are called these are called a monotelic animal, a monotelic animal, and the process is called a monotelic animal, and the process is called ammonotalism. Next, so the second mode of excretion is ureotelism or ureotelic. So ureotelic or ureotelism. So those animal which excrete urea as a nitrogenous waste from their body, they are called ureotelic. Who are the ureotelic? So again, they are the earthworm. So let me tell you, earthworm is, this have been asked many times. So if water is available more, then it will be ammonotelic. If water is available less, then earthworm will be ureotelic. So earthworm is both. That's why I have put over here as an example. Earthworm is ureotelic as well as it is ammonotelic, right? So please note it down. Like earthworm and then human turtle, human turtle, alligator, alligator, and other mammals. Please note it down. The animal, the animal which excrete urea, the animal which excrete urea as a nitrogenous waste, as a nitrogenous waste is called ureotelic. Full stop. Urea is less toxic. Urea is less toxic and less soluble in water than ammonia. Full stop. It can stay in body for some time. Next, put a note over here in the same point. That is very important. This is also question. Note. Liver convert, liver convert, liver convert toxic ammonia, liver convert toxic ammonia into less toxic urea. Liver convert toxic ammonia into less toxic urea. Which is excreted through, which is excreted through urine. Full stop. Urea is produced through urea is produced through urea cycle. Urea is produced through urea cycle, which was urea cycle, which was discovered by, this question I've been asked, which was discovered by Hans Krab. Hans Krab is the same person who have given Krab cycle in plant. Hans Krab and Kurt Henselier. Kurt Henselier. Kurt Henselier in 1932. Right? That's why it is also called, that's why urea cycle, right? That's why it is also called Krab Henselier cycle. That's why it is also called Krab Henselier cycle. Next. Third one, that is Ureters. Ureters. Please note it down. Excretion of urea. Excretion of urea. Excretion of urea is called Uretalism. Sorry, excretion, or I'm sorry, excretion of uric acid. Excretion of uric acid. Before going into deep, I want to tell you that uric acid is a type of solid substance, and mainly it is formed in the body of those animals which are desertic animal, right? So uric acid is a crystal-like structure. So in desertic animals, they can store the urine in the form of crystal for longer time period. Uric acid is a white crystalline substance. This is insoluble in water. So this is not soluble. That's why this is the least toxic nitrogenous waste which is formed in all the animals, right? That is a property of uric acid. And keep it in mind, this is mainly produced in the desertic animals like lizards, like snakes, and even in birds. It is produced in the body of bird as well, right? So please note it down. Excretion of uric acid is called uricotalism. Excretion of uric acid is called uricotalism, and the animals and the animal which excrete uric acid and the animal which excrete uric acid are called uricotalic. Full stop. Next point. The animals which lives in the animals which lives in dry conditions, dry conditions, they sensitize the crystals of uric acid. They sensitize the crystals of uric acid from ammonia. Full stop. Uric acid crystals are non-toxic. Uric acid crystals are non-toxic and almost insoluble in water. Hence, they can be stored, hence they can be stored in the body, hence they can be stored in the body for longer time period. Hence, they can be stored in the body for longer time period. Example, land reptiles. Example is land reptiles like lizard, snake, snails, and cockroach, etc. So these are the example of uricode. Clear? So this was the third heading, and then fourth heading is ammonotalism. What are ammonotalism? Simply I'm sorry, this is aminotalism, not ammonotalism. Ammonotalism I have told already. Aminotalism. Please note it down. Certain invertebrate like some molluscans. Certain invertebrate like some molluscans and echinoderms. Can you tell me the member of mollusca and echinodermata? Molluscans means who are the representative of mollusca? Yes, Samara. Atif?
Octopus.
Very good. Octopus and snail. Octopus, snail. Right. And echinodermata, the member of echinodermata?
Starfish.
Very good. Starfish. Starfish. Very good. Note it down. Some of the molluscans and echinoderms, they excrete amino acid as such. They excrete amino acid as such. These animals are called aminotelic and the mode of excretion is called aminotelism, and the mode of excretion is called aminotelism. Next, guanotalism. So guanotalism is those animals which excrete guanine. What is guanine? We have discussed in the chapter of biomolecules. What is guanine? Mirashi? Guanine is a nitrogenous basis. Nitrogen base. It is found in guanine, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. Remember? ATGC. Yes. These are a type of nitrogenous bases. So they are found in DNA and as well as RNA. Right? So they are found in actually nucleic acid, DNA and RNA. The same guanine. So those animal which this question I've been asked many times, multiple time in your medical examination. And the question was that which of the following excrete guanine? Which of the following is guanotelic? And the answer is single animal. We know that is the spider, right? Note down. The spider excrete guanine. Spider excrete guanine and said to be guanotelic. Full stop. This mode of excretion is called guanotalism. Right? Tell me, is it clear or not? You got all these points? Keep the example in your mind. That will be the question for you. Clear, guys? Say yes or no, please. At least. Yes or no? Clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, put the note. Earthworm excrete ammonia. Actually, this question I've been asked many times. So, keep it as a note. Earthworm excrete ammonia as well as urea. Full stop. It excrete ammonia. When sufficient water is available. It excrete ammonia when sufficient water is available and it excrete urea. During dry surrounding, and it excrete urea during dry surrounding. Next point in the same note, excretion of drugs, hormones, and other substances. Excretion of drugs, hormones, and other substances takes place through liver. Next, excess of water soluble vitamin, that is also a question. Excess of water soluble vitamins like B complex and vitamin C. Excess of water soluble vitamins like B complex and vitamin C are removed through urine. let me explain the next topic is that is human excretory system. That is our next topic. Human excretory system. Yes. So let me explain you what is the human excretory system. You all must be familiar with this system. You all must have seen or studied in class 10th as well. So still this is actually the excretory system of our body, and let me explain you. Look, in excretory system, the blood comes inside comes towards the uh, here in kidney with the help of aorta, right? Aorta we have studied, and it is taken to the kidney with the help of the renal artery. So renal artery takes blood inside the kidney, both of the kidney. So this is the right renal artery and this is the left renal artery. So both of the renal artery, they are responsible for bringing blood inside the kidney. Inside the kidney, what happened? Kidney takes two things. That is, it takes urea and it takes water. So it takes urea and water from the blood. So the quantity of the water get reduces every time you the blood visit to the kidney, it loses some water. And we drink water, we take water after some time, we feel thirst. So this intake of the water is because of the kidneys taking water from the blood. So to maintain the concentration of the blood, we feel thirst and we take water, we drink the water. Else we do not require the taking water. Then this urea and water, it comes down through pipelines. These are called ureters. Ureter brings down here in urinary bladder. Urinary bladder, it gets fills with the urine, that is a urea plus water. Urea plus water, that is urine. And whenever it gets filled, it is removed by the help of sphincter muscles. The sphincter muscles are like valve. They are responsible for holding the urine. Right. Next. Now what happened? Now the blood has been filtered. Now what happened with the filtered blood? Filtered blood goes back with the help of a renal vein. So renal vein breaks the renal vein. So this is the left renal vein. That was the right renal vein. This both of the renal vein, they uh, take back the filtered blood, right? So and again they drop it into inferior vena cava, right? So they drop it into inferior vena cava. So above the here above the kidney, there is another thing that is called adrenal gland, and both of the side adrenal gland is found over there, right? So this is our excretory system. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Uh, Now, take the screenshot of this one. Then I will tell you. Uh, then we will discuss the structure of kidney, right? So this was human excretory system. So next heading is kidney, right? Human kidney. Just a minute, hold on. Before going into human kidney, yes, start with the human kidney. Next topic is human kidney. I have drawn a diagram, and keep this diagram. This is very important, and it's very like lucid type of the diagram. I have tried to put all the information at one point. This is the structure of human kidney, right? So look, in human kidney, this look, this upper part is called renal fasciola. Fasciola is a type of covering. So this is the renal fasciola. Inside the renal fasciola, there is a layer of adipose tissue. You know, adipose tissue is they are the tissues which collect the fat, they store the fat, and they are the fat storing tissues. These tissues are responsible for the preventing kidney from getting any type of the injury. So because the adipose tissue are a shock absorber kind of the tissue, so they absorb any kind of the shock which is coming to the kidney. And below the this adipose tissue, there is a structure that is called renal capsule. This structure, this covering is called renal capsule. This is also a protective structure. So renal fasciola, adipose tissue, and renal capsule, these all are protective. Inside there is a structure called cortex. This outer region, this is cortex. Inside the cortex, there is something. There is a structure called renal. This one, inner structure that is called renal part. So the renal part have these larger structure. These are called major calyces. The smaller structure, these are called minor calyces. At the end of minor calyces, there are renal papilla. From renal papilla, number of the rays-like structure comes out. They are called medullary pyramid. This structure, the gap between the two medullary pyramid, is called renal column or column of Burton, right? And the backside part of the this kidney is called renal pelvis. Actually, all the arteries, veins, and neurons, they come inside and goes out of the kidney from the renal pelvis only, right? Blood comes inside with the help of renal, with the help of renal artery, and blood goes out from the kidney with the help of renal vein, right? So this is the structure of kidney. Clear? Human kidney. So please take the screenshot, and I expect that you have to draw it, because this is very important. This diagram is important for your school examination. Your school teachers, they can ask you to draw the diagram, and that is a 3-marker question. And generally, the teacher do ask to draw the diagram in your school examination, right? But the same time, this structure is also important for your the structural anatomical part is important for your medical examination, right? So put the heading kidney, and I'm going to dictate. So the first part. There are a pair of kidney, dark red. There are a pair of kidney, dark red, comma, bean shaped structure, full stop. Each kidney is about 11 centimeter long. Each kidney is about 11 centimeter long, 5 centimeter wide, and 3 centimeter thick, and 3 centimeter thick. Full stop. in an adult male, in an adult male, the weight of kidney is average in an adult male. The weight of kidney is average about 150 gram. The weight of kidney is about 150 gram. And in adult female, and in adult female, it is about 135 gram. And in adult female, it is about 135 gram. Let's stop. The right kidney is slightly lower than the left kidney. Next point. Kidney is surrounded by renal fasciola membrane, which is a membrane, renal fasciola, which is a membrane, and a layer of fat called adipose tissue. Full stop. Very important point. Underline the point. The fasciola anchor kidney in the abdominal wall. Fasciola anchor kidney in abdominal wall. So this is the fasciola which hold the kidney in abdominal wall. Make it to stuck over there. Next, the cortex and inner region. The cortex is outer region. And inner region is medulla. The cortex is outer region and inner region is medulla. Look, now what is every kidney have a number of functional unit, or we can say the cells of kidney, they are called nephron. So nephron are a filter like structure. Every kidney have approximately 10 lakh nephron, right? So what is the structure, what is the situation of nephron? Nephron looks like this one. So 50% of the nephron part that remains in this one, cortex part, and 50% it is found in medulla part. So that is the actually situation of nephron, how the nephrons remains located inside the kidney, right? So next point. The medulla is divided into number of conical medullary pyramid, number of conical medullary pyramids, full stop. They are 15 or 16 in number, and each medullary pyramid terminates to renal papilla. Full stop. Next point. The medullary pyramids, these medullary pyramids, look, They are the medullary pyramids. These structures, they are called medullary pyramids. They remains interconnected with these structures. These are called minor classes, right? So the medullary pyramids are connected with minor classes. They are minor classes. The medullary pyramids are connected with minor classes, which are 7 to 13, which are 7 to 13, full stop. The minor classes possess the minor classes leads to major classes. The minor classes leads to major classes. Full stop. Next point. A kidney has about 10 lakh structural and functional unit nephron. A kidney have about 10 lakh structural and functional unit called nephron. Next point. Each ureter is about, this question have been asked. Each ureter has about 25 to 30 centimeter in length. Each ureter has about 25 to 30 centimeter in length. Full stop. They carry urine from kidney to blood. Is it clear? Is this structure is clear? Alvia, tell me, clear? Atif and Mazia, clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So the next structure is urinary bladder. In the same page, I have drawn a diagram that belongs to urinary bladder, right? So come on. What is that? Yes, this is the structure of actually urinary bladder. Look, this is the actually structure of urinary bladder. So you have to draw this diagram as well. Take the screenshot of this one as well. Look, urinary bladder is this thick walled structure. The outer wall, this is the outer wall of bladder, and this is inner lining of bladder. It is made up of transitional epithelium, means many type of the epithelium, right? And inside there is a structure called trigone. So this trigone structure here, urethra open, right? Either ureter open, oh, sorry, either ureter open. Ureter brings down and open obliquely, hence it do not require any kind of the valve over here. And this structure is called trigone, where the both of the ureter opens, right? And look, the important thing is that it have two sphincter. What is a sphincter? A sphincter are actually valve-like structure. They are sphincter are a type of muscles. So sphincter muscles, they make a valve-like structure. So whenever we feel urination, on that time, whenever we feel that we need to go for urine, or that time, what happens? So this wall gets open, internal sphincter, right? Internal sphincter is involuntary. This is external sphincter. This is voluntary, and it is made up of voluntary skeletal muscle. It is up to certain extent that is voluntary. So suppose that a person is trying to hold beyond the limit, then this is no more voluntary. It will open automatically. So up to certain extent, this external sphincter is that is voluntary. Else it is non-voluntary, right? Internal sphincter is non-voluntary. So that is the structure of urinary bladder. So note it down. Urinary bladder lies in pelvic cavity. Urinary bladder lies in pelvic cavity. Full stop. It is pear-shaped muscular structure. It is pear-shaped muscular structure where inner lining where inner lining is made up of transitional epithelium, where inner lining is made up of transitional epithelium, right? Next point. There are two sphincter muscles. Uh, Internal sphincter and external sphincter. There are two sphincter muscles, external sphincter and internal sphincter. Full stop. External sphincter, next point is external sphincter is made up of skeletal muscles. External sphincter is made up of skeletal muscles which are under voluntary control, which are under voluntary control of nervous system. Next point. Urethra is last point. Urethra is short in female. Bracket में in bracket is written down 4 centimeter. Urethra is this urethra orifice is last opening, this one, and urethra is shorter in female, that is 4 centimeter, and it is longer in male, that is 20 centimeter, and it is longer in male, that is 20 centimeter. Right? So this was the structure of uh, our urinary bladder, right? And you can note it down that birds do not have urinary bladder. Birds do not have urinary bladder. So now I want to discuss with you the structure of nephron, right? So the next is next topic is structure of nephron. Look, This is the structure of nephron. So nephron is the functional unit, like neurons are the functional unit or structural unit of nervous system. Like the same way, nephron are the structural and functional unit of kidney, right? So every kidney have these 10 like structure. These are called nephrons. So look, let's talk about the nephron. So these are the functional unit where actually the functional unit where actually the filtration process takes place, right? So look. This is a structure which is called glomerulus. So glomerulus is made up of fine tubule, right? Fine tubule, and which is actually filter where filtration takes place, right? The blood comes inside with the help of areole from renal artery, and after filtration, it goes with the help of arterioles from glomerulus, right? So it goes out, right? In the meantime, the filtrate process, which is called filtrate, the substance which is taken urea, along with the urea, there are some amino acid, there are some important substances. These substances are valuable substances, and body don't want to let them go out of the body with the waste, right? So these are usable substances. So these substances are reabsorbed by body. So this part is called proximal tubule. So this is actually called PCT. PCT. PCT is proximal convoluted tubule. Convoluted tubule. PCT. It is near, hence proximal. Convoluted because this is folded, right? And this structure is called loop of Henle, right? Loop of Henle. Out of right around this PCT, DCT, and loop of Henle, the network of capillaries there. So what these capillary do, whenever this waste material passes into this loop of Henle and this PCT and DCT, in the meantime, these capillary absorb the usable substances and waste remains over there, right? So this is the downstreaming loop of Henle. This is the upstreaming loop, right? After upstreaming, this part is called DCT, distal convoluted tubule. DCT because this is something far from Bowman's capsule, and it's called DCT, right? Till DCT, we do not call it urine. We call it filtrate. Whatever they takes from the Bowman's capsule, that is called filtrate. So whenever the final outcome comes to the collecting duct. So in collecting duct, we start calling this filtrate urine. So urine term we start using from here onward, right? So that's how the filtration and urine formation takes place in nephron. Is it clear or not? Structure of nephron. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So put the heading nephron. Nephron is the structural. Nephron is the structural and functional unit. Nephron is the structural and functional unit of kidney. Functional unit of kidney. Let's stop. Each human kidney contain approximately 10 lakh nephrons. 10 lakh nephrons. Right? Which filter the excretory substances from blood, which filters the excretory substances from blood, right? So look, along with that, I also want to show one more diagram, that is Bowman's capsule, if I have. Look, So filtrate look, blood comes from here and goes out of here, right? So this process where blood enters, this is called afferent, and from where the blood exit, that is called efferent. So they take the this part, the filtration part is called glomerulus. It is made up of tubules, very fine tubules. It is made up of very fine tubules, and the lower part is called Bowman's capsule. So the substance which is taken as it have excretory organ and all that, excretory substance and all that, this is called filtrate. We do not use filtrate. We do not use urine term for it. So filtrate have urea, water, it have mineral, right, glucose, etc. Right. So whenever the it passes with the PCT, loop of Henle, TCT. So during the passage, these all valuable substances are reabsorbed by the body. The valuable substances come to the body back, and again the waste is pour into the collecting duct. So at the collecting duct, we start using term urine. So before the collecting duct, we do not use the urine term. Before the collecting duct, actually we use the term that is called filtrate. So filtrate is that substance which have some valuable substances, which have some usable substances. Body do not allow them to go out of the body, right? So this was all about the till here, right, nephrons. And from next class onward, we will start with the how the renal tubule work and what is DCT, what is PCT. I'll explain that about the neurons, nephron actually. Tell me, is it clear till here, till at this point? Alvia, Samaira,
Yes, sir.
Meenakshi, Atif, Mazia, all clear? So in next class, we'll start from the nephron onward, and definitely in the next class we'll finish this chapter and next chapter, then move to the next chapter, right? So any question, any doubt? No?
No, sir.
Fine, guys. So see you in next class, and please, I do request to all of you, please revise all those concepts and all those chapters which we have studied previously in human physiology. I will have a viva vice as well, right? I will have a viva. Clear? Right, in next class. Fine. Okay, guys. Bye bye. Good night. Take care. See you in next class.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Welcome. Bye. Good night. Welcome.